Senator Chuck Grassley, Republican out of Iowa, joins me now. Senator, good morning to you. I know you've been hot on the trail for this for some time. I don't know if in the end it's going to pay off for you or not, but I know you're not going to give up, and let's see where it goes right now. Thank you for coming back here today. After yesterday's carnival inside that courtroom, does the outcome change anything about what you are doing right now in terms of investigating?
Oh, no. First of all, I agree with everybody that said this was a sweetheart deal, and the fact that the judge said it could be unconstitutional, some of the things that were done. I think that speaks for itself. For me, and this 1023 document that I released a week ago today, it's 5 or 6 pages. There's a lot of meat in it, and a lot of that could maybe have something to do with what the U.S. Attorney in Delaware is doing with Hunter Biden. The bottom line of it is that all the meat that's in this document, we need to know what the FBI is doing with it. Have they followed up? We don't get any answers. And also you saw last week that the IRS whistleblowers before the House committee said that they didn't know anything about this 1023 document at the time that they were meeting with the U.S. Attorney in Delaware. And if they had, that may have been a big deal. And it should have been looked at by the U.S. Attorney because Bill Barr sent it over to them before he left office.
Okay, that's a lot. Let me come back to a few things you just said. Wall Street Journal editorial page, Hunter Biden's plea deal implodes. You know that, Senator, all too well. A wrist slap that was supposed to end the scandal backfires in federal court. I don't know if it all would have been over had they gone forward and agreed with it, but that was something else when the judge stopped everybody in their tracks. Question is this: had he been given immunity, would your investigation be dead in the water?
No, not at all, because my job is not to determine whether Hunter Biden or President Biden is guilty of anything, whether they've done anything wrong. That's up to the executive branch and the judicial branch. My job is to make sure is the FBI doing their job of investigating properly everything dealing with the Bidens. And I think we've got plenty of reason to believe that they could be, if they aren't investigating it, then the political bias that is so just run rampant in the 7th floor of the FBI building, then they could be sweeping this under the rug. And we've got to make sure as congressional oversight people that the FBI is doing their job. They've got, public doesn't respect them now. They got to build that respect up, and the best way to do it is to show us that they've been investigating everything that's in this 1023 document.
Okay, and on that document, the FBI said this. Let's catch your breath there. Said, we've repeatedly explained to Congress in correspondence and in briefings how critical it is to keep the source information confidential. Today's release, referring to the date of July 20th, the 1023 at a minimum unnecessarily risked the safety of a confidential source. You made this form public. Has anyone from the FBI or the Department of Justice told you since then that the information that is written on that form is not true?
Absolutely not. And I have been making accusations about various things involving Hunter Biden and the Biden family ever since we started this. Johnson and I did in August of 2019. We have not had anything that we've said being refuted. And I think that speaks for itself.
Okay, so the headline from that form alleges that it was $5 million to one Biden and $5 million to the other. Would you agree that that was the major headline, or more, or something different?
Oh, I think, for me, the major headline was this, that when we were supposed to get that document, because it's unclassified, and it was sent to the House Oversight Committee for just those members to read, they redacted the parts that talked about the telephone conversations with Hunter Biden and the Ukrainian national, and Vice President Biden and the Ukrainian national. Why was that blocked out? Because I knew that what it said, because I had read it a couple months before that, and they block it out. I think that shows political bias to protect the FBI protecting the Biden family.
Okay, I got a minute left here. Let me just try to do a quick fire round here. Do you agree with Speaker McCarthy when he said the other day that impeachment inquiry is necessary?
In the inquiry, yes. That's got nothing to do with impeachment, because the inquiry is a step to make sure you got the resources to get to the bottom line of everything.
Understood on that. So you agree with Speaker McCarthy on that. The
Yes.
IRS whistleblower testimony that was trying to be submitted to the judge the other day that you mentioned a few moments ago, can you ensure that the judge includes that the next time they come back in court, which could be a month or more from now?
There's no way I can ensure that they're going to do it. All I can do is make sure that they have the documents, and I'm sure that the House Ways and Means Committee and House Oversight Committee is going to make sure that that information is available. I would want to make sure that they take a look at the 1023 document as well.
Okay, Senator, what is next for you?
Well, next for me is the chairman of the Oversight Committee and I are going to have to follow up with transcribed interviews with several people that we know have some information on this, in order to check to see if the FBI has been doing their job, because that's my job, to make sure the FBI produces the work that they're supposed to do. Show us your work.
And you know, Devin Archer, the longtime business partner of Hunter Biden, will be before a House committee behind closed doors on Monday. One more topic here. Mitch McConnell had a moment yesterday. His office informs us he is fine. Have you spoken to him, and do you believe that he's okay?
Yeah, he was with me on the Senate floor last night about 9:30, 10 o'clock. He was very strong in everything that he was doing, and he's a good leader, and we need to keep him leading the Republicans in the United States Senate.
All right, Senator, thank you for your time. Senator Chuck Grassley from Iowa.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll speak again.